guys, and welcome to another review by Richard Butler. If you've seen my previous reviews, you'll notice that I've added a nice little intro and there should be some background music going on. So I hope you like this format. Okay, so today what am I looking at? Autoresponders. It's something that you need if you have an online business or any business really. And what an autoresponder allows you to do is collect email addresses from customers or potential customers, and in return what you can normally do is you deliver them some sort of ethical bribe. So what does that mean? That means basically that you have a sign up form and you say, I'd like to give you my top 10 tips for, I don't know, what to look for when contracting a plumber. They give you their name and their email address, and you in return then give them this ethical bribe. So what do you want this for? Well, what you want it for is because you want to collect their email addresses so you can then market your services or educate them of your services further down the line. Now, the wrong way to do this is to say, send me an email, because if somebody sends you an email, you then have to manually send out the ethical bribe that you've promised them. And then it's very hard to manage. And with everything that's come along like GDPR and all of this, and even way before that, you have to have an option to allow people to unsubscribe from your mailing list. So I've tried a lot of autoresponders, and the one problem with them is they're expensive, because when you're starting off and you have to pay $40 a month for an autoresponder, that is expensive. Now, there are free options. For example, MailChimp is free up to X amount of subscribers. The only problem is, with MailChimp, if you want to promote products, they can actually close you down because they say that they don't allow affiliate promotions, etc. So that's one I wouldn't recommend. Now, you could also host it yourself, but the problem with hosting it yourself is, or has been up to this point, that it can be quite difficult. You have to buy a piece of software that might cost you $300-400, and then you have to be able to manage the whole thing. So I found a really great solution that I'm using across all of my websites, and it's called WP Response Pro. And I just have the screen up here, so I'm just going to look down my screen and run through this. Basically, this is a WordPress plugin written by a guy called Michael Thomas and marketed by a guy called Mark Hess. And these two guys are really legit. They offer really good products and really rock solid support, which is really important. So they decided, okay, this is an issue they had in their business, and Michael decided to write an actual plugin to basically do everything that you need for an autoresponder. So you can see I have my dashboard here, and I have my list. So this is just a recent one, and I'm not using it that much, but I have my list here, and it gives me all of my subscribers, how many people have unsubscribed, and if anybody has complained or if any emails have bounced. Then I have my list of subscribers here. Okay. Then I have any broadcasts that I've sent and the actual results here. So for example, I sent this one recently, 25 sends, 3 opens, 2 clicks. These are the autoresponders. Now, what are the autoresponders? The autoresponders are messages that go out after a certain amount of time. So you've signed up, here's video 1. As soon as somebody signs up for my autoresponder, this email is triggered to go out automatically. So I don't have to be manually sending out these emails. And this is the beauty of an autoresponder, that in order to get people to know, like, and trust you, what you actually do is you set up a series of maybe 15 days of emails that go out to educate people or to offer them a solution. And then what you do is you send out these broadcasts when you have a new product to actually promote. And I can get more into that. If you like, just let me know in the comments below, and then I can talk to you more about the difference between broadcasts and autoresponders. You have a sign-up form. Now, the sign-up form is pretty basic, I have to say, but the way they've built it is that it will actually be customized based on the theme that you're using. And sometimes there's a little bit of customization that you have to do, but basically you have require email verification, so a double opt-in if you so wish to have double opt-in. A honeypot protection, what that will do is that should stop spam bots, because the reason I started looking for a new autoresponder is because the one that I had, I was getting a lot of spam signups. And the problem is that I don't know why they do it, but these bots just sign up different email addresses. And when they do this, if you send out an email and the person hasn't actually said they want to be on your email list, you could get into problems. So you just enable honeypot protection. Now, One of the really good things here is that when somebody signs up for one mailing list, you can unsubscribe them from another one. So let's say I have somebody on my mastermind video mailing list, which is my lead attraction. I get people onto that list. If they buy something, I can then say, okay, when they subscribe to my buyers affiliates, for example, or my buyers list, unsubscribe them from mastermind videos. So that's really handy so that they're not getting the same stream of email. So while WP Response Pro is basic, a lot of people would look at it on the surface, it has everything that you need to build your business. Because I remember being with Aweber and GetResponse, and there was so much stuff that I never even used, but it seemed really good because I had segmentation, I had this, I had that, I had the other. I had auto smart technology, whatever, okay? But this just does what you need, and the guys use it themselves in their business, and if Mark and Michael use it in their business, well, then that's good enough for me. So I can do that. Now, one thing that I love is the Pixel Builder. So I send out an email to a review product, and I have that page on my website. I can actually set up a pixel so that when they go to this page, they automatically go into my other mailing list called Subscribe to WordPress. So I put this pixel in, and the way it works is I put in a link, please watch my review of Sales Copymaker. They click from my email and they go to my website. This pixel is picked up, and because they came from my email campaign, the software knows to subscribe them to, for example, this new list called WordPress. Now, how would I operate this? What I would do then is, in this WordPress list, I would say, hey, I saw that you actually visited my review of Smart Copymaker, and I was just wondering, why did you not buy it? So it's like retargeting back to the person. So this is really powerful. Now, with the integrations here, I can also get people to subscribe to my buyers list if they bought something through JVZoo or Warrior Plus, because there's an option there that allows you to do this IPN integration. So what does that mean? I promote something, they buy through the product, they buy through my link, the product owner delivers the product, but I can actually add them to my list so that I can then thank them for purchasing and then promote other products to them. So this is how you're going to build up your affiliate marketing business. Now, within the settings, what I have, and this is sort of key to it here, is I can send this through Amazon so that it doesn't cost me a lot. I think I've sent a couple of thousand emails over the last couple of months, and it's cost me about 35 cents through Amazon. So compare 35 cents to $40 a month that I would be continually paying with Aweber. And when you're starting off, if your list is really small, you're paying $40 and you might be making that back per month. So with this, what I can actually do is I can integrate this into Amazon. This takes a little bit of setting up, but it's quite easy to do. You set up a bounce configuration, which is an address where any emails that bounce go to, so emails that no longer exist, etc. And then I can get notifications when somebody subscribes, when somebody unsubscribes, etc. So overall, I think if you're looking to buy an autoresponder, and you should, well then I would invest in WP Response Pro. It's under, I think, $70 or so. There's a link obviously in the description here. If you like these videos, if you feel that I'm giving you an honest opinion and review, I would appreciate if you obviously buy through my link. So WP Response Pro looks basic, I'll give it that. When you look at it, you say, oh, that's not as good and as fancy and nice screens as Aweber. But the problem is that Aweber, they use many different ways to send your emails. But if somebody has an email list that's really spammy and they're reporting Aweber, the problem is that your emails may be affected. Through using Amazon, you're using it through your own kind of, it's not dedicated, but you're using it through a much safer system, and you have more control over it. I don't think you need all the fancy bells and whistles that Aweber, GetResponse, SendLane, Constant Contact, etc. I don't think when you're starting off, and until you're maybe making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, I don't think you need all of that fancy bells and whistles. For me, W Response Pro is the business. It works perfectly. It does everything you want. And I'm highly recommending this. As I said, there's a link in the bottom. I would appreciate if you purchase through my link. If you do purchase through my link, I will send you a couple of videos on how to actually set up and get everything working with W Response Pro. The final thing I would say is please do subscribe to my channel. I'm thinking about the more reviews I put on, I will probably move my channel to a new channel just for reviews so I don't mix it up with my life coaching, business, etc. But anyway, subscribe for now, and I'll keep giving you reviews of the essential tools that I'm using in my business and that you need. I'm going to talk to you very, very soon.